Hey everyone, welcome back to Pretending with Dice. As always, I'm your host and game master, AJ. Before we do anything, I want to talk about our next full-length story arc, which will be starting in our very next episode. We are super excited to announce that we're going to be playing Star Wars Saga Edition RPG with a brand new group of players, mostly. Mark is going to be playing a character in that group also. I don't want to give away too much of the story at this point, but it's going to be set directly after A New Hope, and the guys are going to be playing a group of rebel pilots. This is something we've been planning for a while, and I'm so glad to finally bring it to the podcast. We've put up some artwork on our Facebook and Twitter of the characters the guys will be playing, so check that out. Right then, today's episode. So this episode is the conclusion of our two-part special game of The End of the World from Fantasy Flight Games. Those of you who missed the first part, the guys are playing as themselves in an apocalyptic scenario that was voted on by our Twitter followers. We spent part of the last episode building the game versions of the guys, and that was just a ton of fun. As with the last episode though, I do want to put a bit of a content warning up front. As opposed to our previous D&D and Star Trek Adventure story arcs, these two episodes really are a bit more on the kind of horror side of things, atmosphere-wise, and as it's sort of set in the real world, it kind of adds a whole new dimension to some of the creepy stuff, so just consider yourself warned. Okay, so a quick recap of what happened in the last episode then. The guys were sitting down to record an episode of this podcast when the power went out. Checking the news on their phones, they saw stories of strange lights in the sky over the whole world. Looking outside, they saw these lights themselves, but it wasn't long before they spotted one of them falling down from the sky towards them. Crashing into the street outside was a strange pod of some sort, which before too long began to emit a glowing green fog, and they watched in horror as one of AJ's neighbours was kind of consumed by the fog. Grabbing what they could from the house, they all ran through the back garden to try and escape over a wall and put as much distance between the fog and themselves as possible. And after a short failed attempt to find out what had happened to AJ's mum, they set off into the night, intent on making their way to Mark's house to try and meet up with his girlfriend. That's pretty much where we left off, so without any further ado, let's get into today's episode. Okay, so making your way around the edge of the park area, it's not long before you get to a small wooden building. This, AJ points out, is the cricket club pavilion.
Cricket bats are useful.
They are.
You can't hit smoke, Jason.
We don't know, it's just smoky.
Alright, fine, grab a cricket bag. Like, how
I already have.
Yeah, there's a lot of general cricket bats and cricket equipment.
What, it's all just laying about?
It's locked up, though.
It's locked up.
I've
got a hammer, I just break the lock.
Yeah.
I've already done it.
That's fair enough.
I'm going to grab a couple of balls as well.
I'm going to start calling
Just
you.
mine.
I'm just going to...
fapping away.
Just rearranging yourself.
No, I'm going to grab a couple of cricket balls as well.
Yeah.
And give them to Eden, put in his backpack and keep one on me as well.
Yeah? Okay. Yeah. Anybody else grabbing anything?
Begrudgingly put these balls in my bag with a look on my face of like, why are you giving me fucking cricket balls?
I'm not
be useful later.
grabbing anything for now.
No grabbing anything?
As weird and strange as this situation is, like, the idea of vandalism still seems a little way off for me.
Fair enough. Yeah.
I think it would. Like, breaking into the school, why? I'd get in trouble with the cops more likely.
Truly a British response.
Oh, God, yeah. I'm so British for that.
You've avoided the school, you're going through the park
Yes,
instead.
yeah.
Like,
I'm not disapproving, but I'm just like, oh, okay, so you're going to break into
that didn't take long.
public space. That really didn't take long.
Are there any other people?
I hand you a cricket bat.
Considering
okay.
where we are in that field, we can I guess it's still very dark. But is there any indication of other people in the street at this point?
Yeah, quite a way off, far on the other side of the park, you do see somebody sprinting away from the high street.
Okay.
I'm glad we didn't go to the high street.
I glance this and point over to him and be like, fucking hell, what's going on with him?
Yeah, he's
looking
back and looking pretty scared.
We're going to go back to the hedge.
Yeah.
Right, so yeah, we're just going to continue.
Yeah. Following your way along the hedge, you do rejoin the road that the guy was sprinting along, but you're looking to your left, which is the direction you'd be going, you can just about see him reaching a crossroads up ahead. And,
I'm going to look to my right and see where he's running from.
You can still see the green mist. There's some odd sounds of screaming still coming from the high street. It looks like a couple of pods maybe landed in the high street. So there's mist all over the place. It's climbing up the walls of the buildings along there.
It's a shame M&S do good sweets.
Okay.
I've got Skittles in my bloody bag, man, and I pull a bag of Skittles out and throw them at him at this point because he keeps going on about food. I'm like, Christ's sakes.
This will help. I down the Skittles.
Oh.
We need
in one.
Shot them.
A shot of Skittles.
Yes.
Make it a double.
Hit me.
let's keep moving along the road towards the Bay Bridge.
Yeah. So on your right, just as you reach a crossroads, there's a doctor's surgery.
Don't care.
Just putting it out there as an option.
Don't care.
We're just going to continue on.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I've got no medical expertise, so I'm just like, I see a GP's office and I think, oh well, I guess they might have business tomorrow.
They're not like a pharmacy. They're not going to have loads of drugs for
I am first aid trained.
There is a pharmacy attached to it.
I'm still not ready to break into things.
I'm not as bothered about that as you are.
Yeah,
I am first aid trained.
If we're passing a pharmacy, then I am like looking at that and definitely
bandages,
painkillers.
They've probably got water.
We should get a kit or something.
Alright.
I've broken in already.
I'm looking at
you know, Faye.
While Jason's doing that, I'm kind of turning to Mark and noticing trepidation and breaking in and just being like, you see what's happening, right, man?
I am, but
I don't want to say that like fuck all of society, but like fuck those rules. Like we might need all of this. Come on.
We've literally seen people die already. You need to get your head in the fucking game.
Well, not necessarily see them die. They just got enveloped by some fumes.
We saw smoke go into someone's eyes. At best, they're dead. At worst, they're going to come after us.
At best, they might just be comatose.
I've inhaled a lot of green smoke, and that was nothing like what I've engaged with before, guys. So, like, trust me, that is not a good time.
I mean, it might be your best time ever. So why don't you go walk into it?
We're
currently 15 minutes into the apocalypse and you're already turning on each other.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of medical supplies.
Yeah. Okay, well, we'll say because this.
I'm sorry, I first named you that.
You find it. You take about 5, maybe 10 minutes to go over the place, and there's a lot of basic supplies that you'd be able to grab, and
just like a couple of first aid kits.
We'll shorthand it as first aid kits, but like it's a little Boots pharmacy, so you'd be able to get some like
they'd have first aid kits and stuff there, and I'd be able to get bandages.
Yeah.
Okay. Lots of paracetamol.
I forget I've actually got useful life skills as well, not just numbers.
Oh, true. I am qualified first aid. I didn't think about that. I could have probably put that down somewhere.
Well, so you guys are
you still are.
You guys are actually fairly well prepared for
this. This could be a lot worse.
You could put an arm in a
Look, Mark, it's not like we want to be breaking into places, but
I know, like I understand, like you're doing it. But
and
so let's continue.
As he's saying this, I'm picking up egregious things like chewable vitamin tablets and putting them in my bag. Sort of like, hey, I feel like I might need these.
Sure.
Just like a packet of tampons.
Flintstones chewable.
You can chew a tampon.
We'll take some sweets as well and get a couple of bottles of water.
Yeah, you might want to pick up some Pepto-Bismol if you're taking nothing but Skittles.
With yourself.
We put it all in your bag because you always bring the big bag.
Yeah, I'm making a small like survival kit of like any food, drink, whatever. Like this is going to last a day or two.
Right, we need to keep going.
Yeah, let's keep going.
Yeah. Okay. So going out of the pharmacy and turning right to carry on where you're going, you can see up ahead there's a petrol station on your left-hand side. It looks like one of the pods came down near it, but this pod looks a little different. It's a little larger. There's no sign of any mist around it. It looks like it actually came down through the overhead covering, on the petrol station forecourt above the pumps, and it's kind of landed, luckily, in between the pumps, and it's just kind of sitting there.
Into the ground?
Yeah.
I mean, let's stay on the other side of the road because of petrol.
I don't even think the other side of the road. I vote we go left. Take a side road.
Okay.
If it's not got mist in it, it's got something else.
Yeah, it's not even opened up yet. Yeah. Like that might. We don't want to be anywhere near that.
Okay. Go nowhere near that?
Yeah, not even slightly. Not even once.
I think the DM is steering us.
I'm not steering it anywhere. I'm telling you that you told me what road you're going down.
Yeah, sure, okay.
I am telling you what you're seeing.
Say what you see.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so we take a side road, but continue in the same direction.
Okay. So if you hang a right instead, you make your way up past the train station.
Train station's good.
Is it?
Yeah, we can walk across the tracks and get to Boscombe pretty quickly.
It's a more direct route. Yeah.
True.
And it's less likely. Granted, if we see anything, we might have to scramble over the fences on the side, but it's probably safe and we can duck into cover pretty quickly.
If one of those pods landed in the tracks, though, like
We'll be able to see it.
we'll keep a
We'll
check.
be able to see it because the tracks are relatively straight.
But then, like, a lot of the sections of that track go quite deep. Like, the walls on the sides of those tracks are huge. Like, they're like 15, 20 feet, some of them. Like, what are we going to do if we end up on a section of that and then suddenly we're...
The hills are staggered. You can get on and off the train tracks
It's
pretty easily.
gonna
I've
be-
done it a few times.
I kind of like, internally, I'm like, I don't have any better ideas.
It's the best option for now. I know what you mean about, like, certainly as we get closer up to Boscombe and Pokes down, and like the walls, we're going to be like in a bottleneck in that almost.
Part of me is like, I don't like the idea of entrapping myself, but I'm with you guys, and you've got an idea, and I'm certainly.
It's a few miles before we get walking
I'd rather
miles
not
anyway,
walk off
so
into the
let's
night
just
by
do that.
myself. So I'm, begrudgingly
We get a
coming
nice
with.
clear view of what's ahead and behind
Yeah.
us. So
All right.
Get
I'm
to the
gonna
station.
try and put my faith in you.
Okay. So coming off the road into the train station in the car park. Again, there's a few cars there, but like all the ones that you've seen on the sides of the road, these seem to be fairly dead as well. Like again, you realise you haven't seen any cars moving at all this whole time. As you enter the car park, however, I don't know if you guys know what the train station looks like at Christchurch. Yeah. You can see a green glow, similar to the one from the pods, but there's no sign of any mist. Seems to be emanating from inside the waiting room.
well, maybe not the station.
Yeah, you could.
We can
you could probably
access-
skirt around it.
I was going to say we could
the
access
way
the tracks a little further down because it's
So we do
flat
that
on
then.
there. Yeah.
Okay, well,
Christchurch
we'll
is
do
flat,
that.
right?
We'll just avoid the station.
Keep low though. Like,
I'd rather go past the station and then onto the tracks.
Get onto the tracks a
Yeah.
couple yards
The other
down.
side of it.
can we skulk around the edge of the car park? Because thinking about the layout, it's kind of like you get down the road and then there's a car park to the left and the stuff
the
in
main
front of
building
you.
is kind of facing you.
And then if we were to sort of like skirt around the car park and get around to where the track
You
kind
could
of
sneak
starts
between
on the
some
left of the
cars and
building.
things. Yeah, okay. I'm going to make you guys roll a check now to see how stealthy you are. I think we'll do this individually. I think because doing the group checks was fine when you were all trying to get over a wall, but I feel like this might be an interesting way to see what happens.
Okay.
So stealth. I'm going to call this a dexterity check.
Okay.
So let's do it one by one. Let's start with you, Mark. So your dexterity is 3. So you start with 1. I'm going to go 2 negatives just on the difficulty. Have you got any positive features that might help you?
The motor skills.
Motor skills, yeah, so you're in quite good...
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Voices and poses.
Any equipment...
Grapple hands.
Any equipment that you think... Or environmental factors are another thing as well. It is dark. So,
Yeah, I said I had good visual
Yeah, you can hide behind cars and things.
yeah.
Yeah, so we'll give you 1 for that.
Thanks.
So that's 3. 3 to 2.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Okay.
Happy with that? We can't really do assisting on this one because I'm doing you each individually, I think.
Yeah.
Plus it's quiet.
Yeah.
What can we do? Like throw your coat over his head or something.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Sweet balls.
that is not a good roll.
Oh. I never roll. You're rolling for me, and I still can't roll well in this game.
Do you want to roll it?
No, fuck it.
Okay, so
He just wants to blame someone else.
I got a 6, a 5, and a 5.
Any other day,
Mark's
that'd be
skill is a
amazing.
3, so even if we were taking stuff off, we would need one of the remaining ones to be 3 or below. And I rolled a 3 and a 1 on the negative pool. So you, in the dark, stumble across what looks to be... You wouldn't expect it, but it looks to be the door of a taxi on the ground in the dark, and you put a foot down on it, and it just...
Yeah.
Loud noise.
Bloody hell's that?
Yeah. And you say, what the bloody hell's that?
Which really gives it away.
It really gives it away. Yeah, okay. Let's do the other, you two, and then we'll see how this goes. 'Cause this might be like Three Stooges making your way through a car park. Okay, so let's go through this again. So, again, I'm going to call this difficulty 2, so you get 2 in the negative. You get 1 to start off with, Eden. What have you got to...
I've got nothing positive that's going to help me necessarily.
Okay.
And I would go as far as to say that the fact that I've got a backpack full of things that's got jingly jangly, like...
Yeah, that probably wouldn't help. So
If
we'll put another negative on there, I think. I'll give you 1 for it being dark.
Much as I
What
glow.
colour's your coat?
Black.
Black.
I can put... It's got a hood as well, so I can cover that.
We can maybe fold that into it just being dark, though.
Yeah. But I mean,
Yeah,
like,
but then he blends into.
you
Well,
wanna
actually, no, we'll call that an
you
equipment
wanna cover
thing,
my
actually.
skin
yeah,
at night time,
Yeah,
isn't
so
it?
we'll call that...
Yeah, if all we got to do is reason our way into having hopefully slightly better
no,
luck.
fair enough. We'll call that equipment because you got a dark coat.
if
I still wouldn't help you.
If I've got no sleeves, then I
Got
glow
my
like
dark
nothing else in the night time.
Yeah.
So it's like...
Okay, so we're 3 and 3 on you.
Cool.
3 for 3.
So negatives, we got a 6, a 6, and a 1. So hoping for a 3, a 3, and a 4. So what's your dexterity?
3.
3. Okay, so you are okay. Jason.
I'm a martial artist, so I'm dexterous and
Yep.
youth and
So
stuff.
we'll go 3 already then. So you got the 1 regular,
Yep.
dexterous,
And I've got a black coat as well.
black coat as well. Okay.
Put those ninja skills to work.
Yeah. Negatives. Have you got any negative things that might?
Not that would affect this unless
not
it's
that would affect
and it's
this.
not pollen season, so I'm fine.
No. Okay, so you've actually got a better time of it than the others because you're 4 to 2. So we do
This is where I fuck it up
negatives
anyway.
first.
Yeah.
4 and 3.
I've also got 5 as my dex, so we are fine.
We're fine. I got 1 there, so yeah. Listeners at home, I don't normally roll for the guys, but just because of the layout we're running with tonight, it's just a bit quicker to do it that way. Okay, so Jason and Eden, you guys are fine. You're creeping your way through, keeping an eye on this glowing light behind the door. Behind you, you suddenly hear a loud clatter and Mark swearing up a storm as he trips over a random loose taxi door.
Fucking hell.
I just turn back and shoot a look and...
Sorry. It's then that you notice, in response to this, some signs of, like, it's almost as if something has walked in front of the light shining inside the thing, and you see signs of movement inside the waiting room.
I'm going to grab the cricket ball I have,
Okay.
and I'm going to throw it to the other side of the road, like away from us,
Okay.
just to make a noise somewhere else.
All right. We'll do a check for this just to see
That's
how
fine.
well you do, but I don't think this is going to be particularly hard. So I'll call this a 1 difficulty check. You get 1 regular.
Yep.
I'll give you martial artist on this because Jim Jason
Just to be able to throw it
Yeah.
far.
Yeah, this would be dexterity again.
Yeah.
So equipment. Well, cricket ball is made for throwing. So
Yeah.
Knock out the window of a car.
Yeah, like
The
I'm
other
saying,
side
yeah,
of
I'm
the car
aiming for
park.
something
we
somewhere
could
else.
call that an environmental factor because you're aiming for something breakable, noisable.
Yeah.
So 4 to 1.
This seems good.
Yeah. So
You just got to get 5 or less.
I got a 1. So you're fine.
Cool.
Okay, so you heft this cricket ball at a. There's some odd random panes of glass stacked up against the wall of the auction house next to the train station, and you cricket ball straight through one of them. Loud smash. What are you guys doing? Are you running the
Keep
other direction?
running. Yeah, just keep
Yeah,
going.
well,
to the-
if he's
further
slowly
up.
recognising what he's up to, it's, we're going in the direction we were keeping going in.
Yeah, but quietly,
Right.
stealthily.
Yeah. And I'm definitely like, I've moved closer to Mark to sort of like make sure that he doesn't trip over anything next
Yeah.
time.
Okay. So keeping moving. Are you looking back at all? Or you
I'm
just-
keeping an eye on things as we're going, yeah.
So as you look back, it's very dark. You can't really see a lot, but you do see sort of a suggestion of movement of something not huge, maybe sort of a little bit smaller than. Actually, no, maybe about the same size as you. Thinking about it, just the suggestion of it because it is very dark here. It was dark enough that Mark walked into a door.
Classic ball.
Classic Borg.
Jason says that out loud. I'm like, fuck off.
The sort of the suggestion of that kind of scrabbling out of the window of the waiting area and heading towards the sound of the smashing panes.
Okay.
As you guys make your way across, it's not very far away. It's not a huge car park in this. There's definitely something there.
The fuck was that? Keep going.
Keep going.
Yeah.
I'm not saying anything, I'm just going to keep
Okay.
moving.
You just keep moving. Okay. I'm going to do one more group stealth check, I think. So there's 1 regular. It's looking the other way, so I'm just going to keep it as a 1 difficulty.
Okay.
And I'm going to put 1 in for you because you said you were helping Mark. Yeah.
Well, as much as helping as possible.
Or like keeping an eye. And I'll put 1 extra in because as a group you've got quite dark clothes on.
Naturally. I've got 5 decks.
5 decks. What's your decks?
3 each.
3.
3.
Let's average this out as 4, right? Well, it's less than just under 4.
5, 3, and a 3.
Yeah.
It's 11 divided by 3.
Yeah, we'll call that a pass. Fuck it, whatever.
It's like
Round up.
Be friendly.
Yeah.
As an
round it up.
accountant, we always round up. It's prudent. So
4. Wins.
Well argued. I'll give you that. Okay, so you guys continue to hear the sounds of scrabbling. You make it just through the car park, over the wall by the billboards at the end of the platform, and down onto the tracks.
Keeping to the edge.
At this point, I'd imagine that you've picked up the pace a little bit to just put a bit of distance.
I'm looking around.
We're jogging
to
now,
guys,
yeah.
What the fuck? Definitely pick it up to like
what did you trip over?
power walking pace.
It felt like a car door.
Where the fuck was there a car door on?
I don't know. Where was the rest of the car?
That's disconcerting. I'm thinking while cricket bats are nice, it might not be useful. Eden, I need another cricket ball from your bag as well.
Pull in, reach, grab it, and pass it out to you.
I told you they'd be useful.
All right, fine. Point taken. Don't rub it in.
I grab a couple of stones across the from the tracks as well and put them in my pockets just for
Okay.
general proclivity's sake.
Yeah.
Proclivity is probably not the right word. I'm going with it.
Preparedness.
It's an impressive sounding word.
Yeah.
In this situation, we're not going to argue with words.
It had a lot of syllables. Okay, so going along the tracks, the sounds of screams sort of left and right are still happening as you kind of make your way along the tracks underneath the bridge, which has the road that you would have continued along if you would have gone past the...
Do we hear the Red Hot Chili Peppers?
Not this time, no.
Weird.
You'd think they'd be there.
Was it All Saints?
Under the bridge, making this very awkward and obvious joke. But no, they're not.
Oh, I see. Have a go at me for hitting the
Yeah, that's how it is.
fruit.
Yeah.
Fuck. Well, AJ. Well.
Would you guys keep it down?
Well. It's a good day.
My sense of foreboding hearing these screams is building, and I'm messaging the people that I like, my brother and housemate, just to find out what's going on. And
At this point, you realise you're not got any signal anymore.
I
Standard.
sort of look at the other guys and ask, like,
I'll
your
check,
phone's
yeah.
working right now, guys?
Nope.
None
No.
of your phones have any bars.
Spitting 0 bars.
Classic EE.
I turn my phone onto power saver mode so that I can get as much battery life as possible, seeing that this is like a possible bad situation, and
Yeah.
then put it back in my pocket. And
Okay.
I'm going to do the same.
Yeah.
Good idea. Yeah.
Okay.
Preserve energy.
Strong choice.
Strong choice. So continuing along the railway tracks, then it's not long before on the right hand side you can see the back of the retail park that you were originally thinking of heading past. It's a little way across some open ground behind a fence.
Okay.
Should we go take a look, or should we just keep going?
Well, can you think of something you want from there? I mean, we've got some pretty good supplies from that.
Yeah, and
From the
if we're
pharmacy,
just,
like-
if we're just going for food, there's
Also
a one stop and things
there-
a lot close to yours.
There's a lot more coming.
There is, just to remind you of what's on the retail park, there's a Halfords, so bike shop for American listeners. There is a electronics place which giving the way everything's going. Maplin's is not going that great unless you want a flight stick for your PC. And
A low quality
Are there any
drone
hardware
of some
stores?
sort.
there's a home base there.
That might be
There's
useful.
a base. Yeah.
I don't know if it's worth risking if we should just keep going.
What time does home base? Well, what time would it?
What time do they close?
I was going to say, what time would it close? Because if it was open when the green mist
We could
fell,
still
then
go.
that might not even be worth
I think
considering.
they close at 8, so there's possibility that it was about 8:30 when you left my house.
Okay.
They're locking up.
So it's possible that
could be some
it
staff
all
around.
kind of happened. Yeah, there might be people around. At the very least, you might be
Out
able
the
to
back, maybe.
get your way in.
I don't particularly want to bump into other people.
Well, I don't know. Like, it's not like society's falling apart. It's just like
People are usually like a couple of things away from society falling apart. I mean, Mark's already broken into a cricket shed and a pharmacy, so
what? I'll raise an eyebrow to you, like as if to say, like, really, man? Like,
The only thing I've broken in is my pride when I fell over a car door.
I'm noticing that there's
quiet.
like a sudden. I feel like I'm in the middle of two people, and I'm looking at AJ like, well, where's he at this moment?
AJ looks like he's not checked out.
Along
but
for
he's
the
a
ride.
it looks like he's not interested in the story.
I'm not supposed to be here.
AJ's taking a back seat.
I was meant to die.
He thought he'd be dead already.
He was going to do a fly you fall thing. That's exactly what you ruined.
Yeah.
Is he busy thinking about his mum? Maybe.
A little bit, yeah.
That's a good reason. Why don't we keep heading? Look, I know you're stressed. We need to get to Joe. Yours is closest, so why don't we just keep moving and try and head towards Joe?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're going at a reasonable rate. if we're taking just the train tracks, we're going to overshoot my place. We're going to end up further up in Boston.
We can come off of that earlier than that.
Okay.
But yeah.
Let's keep going.
Okay.
I take a glance over to Halford's, and I sort of think, and then say to you guys, like, well, it's going to be a long ass walk, and like we could probably just get a bike. I don't know. And I look to Mark and say, like, I know you hate the fact that we're taking what we need, but
I'm kind of now ready to accept that breaking in. Something about the glowy lights at the train
relatively
station.
quick.
Yeah.
I mean, we could make ourselves a vehicle of some sort. I mean, I'm not suggesting like we go full on 18 here.
Straight up
like,
Mad Maxing it.
part of me started going in that direction. Because I'm getting the feeling of like, if it's happening, I want to dance in the shitstorm for a while before it all goes wrong. And part of me is like, all of the fantasies of the apocalypse are starting to percolate in my mind of like Fallout and Mad Max and all of that. And yeah, nicking a bike. I always wanted one with nice suspension and stuff, and all of that's kind of coming together.
No, don't go to Halfords if you've got a good bike there.
There you go.
Bikes.
What do you reckon?
But I'd like to say that there's a twinkle in my eye of like, you can see that I've clearly got something in mind for like, it'd be a really good idea to do this, at least in my head.
Bikes aren't as quiet as we are.
You're going to try and ride on a train track as well.
I'm just a little concerned. I appreciate that they're faster, but I'm a little concerned. Stop making crunch noises at me. I'm just
That's
a little
not
bit
front,
concerned.
that's me making like, oh, you're breaking my heart slightly, but you are making valid points.
Oh, I want to go looting.
There'll be plenty of time to loot.
somewhere else.
There's going to come a point where we get to like break into somewhere more interesting than a pharmacy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, fine. Let's keep going.
Let's go further.
So you keep moving, leaving the retail park.
And the Mad Max style vehicles behind.
And
The dreams.
and
Power on.
the sweet innocent animals in the pet shop to die.
I'm not happy about this. It's already crossed my mind as soon as you said about the pet shop. I was like, oh fuck.
They've got like 5 rabbits and some fish, so don't worry.
Yeah.
Cool. So we'll keep going down the train track then, and I'm busy, like, I'm going to start making suggestions to you guys on the way of, like, places we could stop off at like, right, so what else is on the way? With an air of, like, I want you to tell me something interesting.
With the train track, there's not a lot either side. There's houses, but
Once we get up towards...
I was going to say, as you keep going, like, the next thing that you get to is a bridge across the river.
Okay.
Which is an odd kind of, you feel like oddly sort of exposed a little bit, because it's pretty much just river, bridge, open air around you. As you round the bend, you do see what looks like, along the tracks a little way, a stopped train.
That's probably not good.
No, that stopped too early for a station.
Well, it would have stopped when the... Given that we've had no
the
power...
power, of course,
we've had,
yeah.
all the power's out and no cars moving, so I realise it's a bit cliche, but there might have been an EMP or something.
But the phones didn't go out straight away.
That may have been an oversight. Or maybe it's mysterious.
It is
You don't know
mysterious.
why.
It might just be that the tech
always
in the
be the
phones. It might just be the tech in the phones is better
True,
off.
the grid might be down, and that'll be the reason why. Because if the batteries are still working, then yeah, some stuff's still going to work.
So it's just fried
and I
some
pull
things.
out my 3DS, and I try turning it on, and does it work?
Yeah.
So I guess that's cool. I guess it must be the batteries.
It might
like
be the
anything,
size of the battery.
anything battery powered were probably good.
Okay.
But like a car battery is not...
It's big enough. That's a 12-volt fried sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or drained. Maybe.
So, I mean,
Let's hand wave that away. It's fine.
It's fine. They do
So
this in the
the-
movies all the time.
the best case scenario is the train is full of people who are freaking the fuck out.
Can we see any indication
That's
of
the
like,
best case
that's the
scenario.
best case.
any lights, torches, anything, any indication of movement within the carriages?
Yeah,
from the
you do
distance
see what looks like some small torch lights and maybe phone lights.
Okay.
But there's nothing big going on.
Well, there's people in there,
I
or at
think
least I can see what
This
seems to be.
time
like-
of night, you'd think as well this would be a fairly full commuter train from London. Oh no, Saturday night, isn't it?
8:30 one.
Yeah, 8:30, 2 hours from London, 6:30
Yeah.
left London.
There'd be people coming in.
coming into town
Yeah.
to party.
Yeah. So there's a bunch of wankers from New Milton on it.
No, they can,
Oh god.
we can leave them.
Yeah, we should probably like really skirt around this train as we did with the train station.
Yeah. There's a lot of dickheads with the same Primark shirt on.
All drinking Carlsberg.
Shots
They're
fired.
not listening.
They're not listening. They can't work it.
Shots fired and taken.
I'm sorry, New Milton. I went to
shit.
school in you for 13 years. So I'm an authority in how much you suck.
Given there's torchlights, it means that there's probably nothing else going worse.
Yeah, I mean, if they're not getting off the carriage, then
It's
I guess
weird.
maybe
They've got
they
emergency
think
doors.
They've got
Yeah.
emergency, so it's weird that they haven't just gone off. Because the emergency exit doors you can just open.
Proceed with caution.
Yeah, let's see what's in front of the train. It might be that, the power's all
Because
gone.
If we
the
duck off to
carriages
the
are quite
right-
high, so we can keep walking and probably not have too much of it.
Yeah, if we just keep low, we should be okay, and keep
Yeah.
close to the train, I think.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan. Let's skulk.
Okay, so make your way along the train.
We skulk.
Are you kind of you're skulking and sort of looking up, but not actually making yourselves
trying to
known
make
to the
direct
train?
eye
No, not
contact.
trying to even look into the train. Me, I'm going past.
Yeah. Okay. I was going to say, if any of you kind of glance up, you don't. The people inside don't see you, but you do see. It's not a packed train, but there's enough kind of scared people, and they seem to have sort of clumped together, and nobody's making any attempts to leave. Possibly because they realise they stopped, looked around, and there's no signs of light anywhere. If they still had phones out, they're getting the same Twitter feed that you did,
Yeah.
sort of thing.
To be fair, with torches, they wouldn't be able to see us even if we basically came up to the window. Because
No.
the light
Yeah.
reflects back
Yeah.
in, they're not going to be able to
Exactly.
see
Yeah. So these people aren't seeing you. As you reach the end of the train, looking forward though, you do see. Luckily, this train stopped when it did, but about 50 feet ahead of it is another one of these large pod type things, like the one that went into the petrol station. This one appears to have opened.
I'm assuming I'm in front for some reason.
I'm definitely
In
not.
okay.
I am definitely not in the lead. I'm letting you guys pretty much do your thing.
I'm assuming I'm going first, unless you would rather be in front.
We'll tag together, side by side,
So hugging Mark,
holding your hand.
I boop him on the nose, and
Hey, boo.
I'm gonna put my arm back.
Girl.
Arm back.
Girl.
Right. I'm gonna put my arm out and basically pull like signals going back flat against the train, and then just kind of point ahead.
Start
signal
throwing
back to
tactical moves. Yeah.
Jason wants us to lean against the train.
I've done
I
lots of
just give you a knowing look and a nod, like, yeah, obviously.
Yeah. So
Like, okay, you don't have to be shy.
there's no sign of movement around the pod, and it looks looking left and right. You can see you're just about level with. There is you're kind of up on an embankment, and to your left is a suburbia of Southbourne. The train has stopped kind of near to. I don't know if you guys know. There's a school on your left as you
Yep.
go along there. So the pod has crashed on the railway lines, which is caused a bit of damage. Luckily, the train didn't get hit. You do see, though, leading away from the pod, just outside of your, then it's dark and you can't see a lot. The fence at the edge of the train line appears to have been broken outwards.
These things are horrifyingly strong.
Yeah, I don't want to come up against these things.
When it's been broken outwards, we can assume it's carried on that direction. I think if we just kind of stick to the other side
Yeah,
and try and get past.
Yeah.
I want to try and avoid. Can we get off the
As
train
you-
tracks here and go on the other side of it?
You can go the
basically?
other side, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna. Yeah, I think we should go the other side, and I don't mean to get back off the train tracks now, unfortunately.
Sure.
Yeah.
We can rejoin it later.
We've done
if we
alright
need
so
to.
far.
Anywhere away from that thing sounds good to me.
Okay.
Going off the other side, you find yourself in a car repair yard.
Recognizing that I've got no weapon, I'm looking for anything
Something.
close by. Is there like a big spanner or something?
Yeah,
I can get?
there's like a big
Wrenches.
socket wrench and there's a huge spanner. Like there's like
I want a spanner.
I'm gonna upgrade. I'm gonna
100%
upgrade my cricket
spanner.
bat.
yeah. You guys between the three, you can find some decent.
I'm gonna get a
decent
crowbar.
tools.
I'm assuming they've got a crowbar.
Yeah,
so
they've
I'm
got
gonna pick
crowbars
that
and
up.
shit.
Clutching this tight now and looking in all directions, like I'm getting very disconcerted about the fact that clearly something's very close.
Yeah.
We haven't bumped into anyone in any of these places.
Yeah, this is weird.
Mechanics would probably still be working.
Half 8
I
on
don't know,
Saturday?
8:30.
Some mechanics.
Some, maybe, but
Maybe not this guy.
chancing on it.
Maybe not. So we just keep going.
So, guys, we're pretty close to the mine at the mechanics. From the mechanics, we can run parallel to the main road and then cut across.
Okay, so you want to go see if we can.
We might as well, head that way. Along there, you've got a couple shop fronts for you guys to loot as well.
Oh, I'm done looting, but yeah.
Okay.
That
We should probably get a lighter.
There's a Costa.
I've got a bit more of a spring in my step at that thought.
There's a lighter. Sorry.
We should probably get a lighter. Yeah.
There's a lighter in mine.
I'm starting to like think of what's the most absurd thing I could loot at this point, so that if somebody finds us wandering around like this, they're going to be asking questions of our sanity. Like, I'm starting to feel like I want to get freaky with this.
I want to get freaky.
I'm gonna get real weird with it.
Yeah, it's just like, is it Dane Bowers? Was that Dane Bowers?
I feel like that might have been Dane Bowers.
There's an antique light shop across the road from me if you want to just get a lampshade.
I could get a nice lampshade for my head.
Yeah. Yeah, let's head that way. It's all residential that way as well.
It is all residential.
It's all residential. It's just going to be housing and cars on.
Yeah, let's do that.
Much.
Yeah. Okay, so as you begin to walk, you haven't got far to go to yours, but all the way there, you can kind of hear. It doesn't sound. It's not like right by you, but kind of just in the air, kind of around, from various directions. You're hearing more kind of big sort of thunk sounds.
Something's coming down.
You're watching, like as you look up, you can see lights coming down, and it's not just like it doesn't. You can tell it's not just over this town. It's like the whole horizon. Like there's lights.
This is beyond like. Let's say if Earth is a domestic. This is not a domestic situation. This is the.
Oh yeah, no, we're fucked.
This is something outside of what we could do for ourselves.
I'm definitely putting 2 and 2 together and seeing this on the horizon and starting to feel like, yeah, this is definitely it. So I'm better make the most of it.
Gonna get real weird.
Yeah, I'm gonna get weird with it.
I've got Cards Against Humanity at mine.
No, we need to go weirder.
No, I'm going full on Frank Reynolds level. Like I'm getting weird with it. Like,
You're looking for a rum ham.
That's it. I'm starting to think where can I get a smoke right now? Like that is definitely starting to get on my mind of like no,
not
the end. No, I wouldn't carry anything like that with me anywhere. Like that's no, I've got to get home. I've got to get home, and I'm the furthest away from home out of all of us.
That's the end point.
The end point
we need to get back to yours
further
so you can get a smoke.
I need to survive long enough for a smoke. Right, okay.
So yeah, you're watching these lights coming down, and you're sort of hearing just thunks and like kind of like low, kind of like impact, kind of rumbles and things. Like,
I was going to say, like, the way that sounds, like these are almost precision landings. They're not like landing into people's houses and like destroying buildings yet.
you don't know that, but like,
because doesn't mean like we're hearing.
Well, no, because one went through a petrol station. These are just falling.
Okay.
They don't care if they land on things because that's fine.
Yeah.
and just based on being close to the one coming down near AJ's house, and the noise that it made, like from the distance you can guess these seem to be bigger than that one.
Okay. Correct.
Right, so you guys make it to the junction right near to Mark's house. Okay. And what would you like to do?
So we're by the buildings, so we can like peer around this.
Yeah, sure.
Keeping it close to the walls. So the front runner shops there. At that time of night, everything's shut except for the Indian restaurant. We have a restaurant.
Yeah, I mean the power's still out.
Is there any movement of people standing outside the restaurant?
No, but you can see some sort of lights inside that don't look like the sickly green light from before. So it's possible there's people in there.
Well, guys, I'm just here. Do you guys want to come with and run in and see what's going on? Or, I mean, there's a Sainsbury's if you want to get any more food provisions right opposite.
Why don't you pop in and see if Joe's fine? Yeah, let's bring her back out and we'll stay outside.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye because I don't feel like we're going to stick around here, are we?
No, sure. Okay, I will.
Well, we need to, if we head to mine next and then Eden's.
Yeah, in case we get separated, you'll stop next. Okay.
Yeah. So looking up the road each way you do start to you can see little signs of movement in the distance, and that some of them you can make out as people running out of their houses and sort of just making a break for it in random directions. Almost like you guys really did make a break for it in what would look like a random direction to anyone else. So it's possible other people are like doing the whole GTFO thing as well. You do start to see what looks to be some green glows again on the horizon, sort of further up the road, different directions, similar to the ones you've seen before, and little bits of movement around them as well, but like nothing so close, but sort of to the point where it's a long road, you can there's definitely stuff going on, basically.
Yeah, I mean, from mine, the road continue up towards Bournemouth, that actually veers uphill, so you're going to have quite a good viewpoint of looking upwards.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not seeing what they're seeing, right? Because I've gone.
No, you've gone inside.
Yeah. Or round the back.
Round the back. Yeah.
Yeah. Carefully.
Okay.
No green mist. Nothing coming down around the back of there. I'm gonna die. No one can see the DM's face.
That was definitely the look of, I want to put my foot down right now.
So
Do it.
I'm trying to remember the layout of the entranceway to the back of your house.
It's a gravel path.
And then it hangs
Round to the left,
right?
and then into the garden.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
So as you get to the left-hand turn, you start to hear some scrabbling noises around the corner.
Probably the drunks again.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Not like this. Yeah. Probably those drunks.
Yeah. Okay, I'm careful.
You go
Stick my head round.
You stick your head around the corner. Just sticking your head around the corner, you see sort of scrabbling, sort of in the dirt a little bit, kind of messing with something on the ground. Is an odd grey-skinned thing.
Okay, it's dark.
Large head.
The large head.
The classic.
Classic.
The classic.
Bulbous alien head.
It's facing away from you,
Yeah.
and it doesn't appear to have seen you so far.
He's kind of... Okay, so... obviously I can't get to my front gate. Fortunately, the side gate behind me, there's another gate into the neighbours. So I'm going to use that gate to come through to mine, because we share a gate.
Okay,
So,
is that
fuck you,
gate
alien.
silent?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
If it was really silent there, could somebody hear anything?
As in...
A click or a
How loud is the...
Okay.
How loud is this gate, Mark? Do you reckon, if there was something like right there, do you reckon you could silently go through it without...
America needs to know.
Yeah, they need to know.
Inquiring
I
minds
think it's
want
a
to
pretty
know.
good gate. It's a pretty good gate.
It's a pretty good gate. Okay, we will call this a stealth check. I
Okay.
think. So that'd be dexterity again.
Dexterity is a 3 still.
That's 3.
Yeah.
So I'm going to make
Strong
this
motor skills.
pretty tough though, I think.
I know my backyard. I'll avoid the bins.
Okay, so 1 strong motor skills I'll give you.
Thanks.
And you know your backyard.
Visual
We'll call that
awareness,
and environmental because it's your backyard.
Yeah.
I'm going to make it a 3 difficulty anyway because it's like right fucking there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's high fences all the way around that.
Have you got any negative things that might go against you?
I've not eaten any food. I've not made friends with it, so I'm not feeling shy about him.
Any negative?
You feel the need to introduce yourself
Yeah.
to it, though?
I mean, I'm welcoming, but this thing don't seem right.
That boy ain't right.
Right, no, there's not nothing negative really.
Nothing?
That'll
Okay.
relate to this.
No negative physical?
No, that's the hot food thing I wrote.
Oh, the hot food thing. Yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah.
We went past the Indian,
Yeah,
so it's fine.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay. Right, I'll roll the negative.
Avoided that death trap.
I may have helped myself here. So I got 3, didn't I?
Yeah, I mean, you successfully, because I rolled a 1.
You rolled a 1. Nice. I can make it to the front door.
You can make it to the front door. Well, now there's a fence and stuff in between you, but you're being very,
Yeah.
very quiet. Okay, describe what you do to silently go through this gate and up into your house.
Okay, so
I can put this on you because you know the layout better.
yeah, sure. So it's like a small patio space with a wall, which I walk around behind the wall to get to the door. The door is covered by a brick wall and overhanging plants, so it's
Okay.
covered from anything that can be seen from out on the.
Right. So what do you do?
I stay low to the ground, work
Okay.
my way around to the door, and get my keys out really quietly.
How loud is the lock on your door?
It's a quiet. It's a normal quiet, Yale door lock. Not Yale door lock. Normal
Yeah,
key
lock. Okay.
You're looking for.
I know. I'm not looking.
No,
for
sure.
The door explodes.
Anything.
Like I like what people don't understand.
Like if there was someone
When
in
we
the
jokingly
alleyway, do
say
you think you could open the door without?
Yeah, I do it almost any night. I come out like tonight.
Okay,
I have to get into the house as
take
quiet
your
as I
word for it
can,
on
so
that.
she's not
Okay,
awake.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'll take your word for it on that.
Sure.
Yeah,
I have a knack and everything to.
yeah. Okay, so you make it in.
I make it in and I lock the door.
You lock the door. Okay, what are you two doing?
I'm looking for a route forwards through, like, seeing what's happening on the horizon, that there's more of these pods and that there's people running around. I'm looking for, like, what's the way through that? Is there a gap in it that would be a likely path for us when we're going to get out of here? That's what I'm doing. I'm looking for that.
It looks to be fairly random, like these things are just coming down, and because it's fairly suburban around there. Like, so some of it's landing nearer to Boscombe and nearer where the shops and things are. But there's a lot of houses around here, you know, so inevitably there's people encountering something.
Okay. So noting this, turning to Jason, I'm kind of like, I can't really see a clear route out of here, man. Like, we might end up having to, like, I don't know, fight. Like,
We'll just have to zigzag. We'll avoid as much as we can. Like
zigzag.
everything.
What, like sidestep every third step
Serpentine,
or
just
something?
We can take side roads. There are plenty of side roads between here and everywhere else.
Recognising that I was perhaps being a bit sardonic, I kind of... Okay, man, yeah, it's cool. If you see the way forward, I'm just going to follow. Like, you point, I'm going.
We'll keep an eye ahead and just do what we can. If we need to fight, then at least we've all got something to hit people with.
Cool.
Joe.
Yeah, Joe's asleep.
Yeah. She's asleep, of course.
Well, it's gone 9 now. So.
Yeah. She's getting ready for work the next day.
Yeah. She's not happy about being woken up.
Never is.
No. Okay, what are you doing?
Joe, look, stay quiet. Got to keep quiet. But there's something really weird and creepy going on.
What?
No, seriously, like, shh. What? Get some clothes on, and just like come to me into the living room. We got to look out the window. I'll show you.
This isn't some kind of
no, it's
Star
not.
Wars
It's
thing,
no.
is it?
This isn't a Star Wars thing. If just no. Follow me to the window. Like, there's some weird green lights. It's genuinely, seriously. Like, this isn't joking. I'm not messing around. This is a serious one. Look at my serious face.
I like how you pointed to your face then. It was great. Okay, so she's kind of sleepy and that, but yeah, she does what you say. And
I pull her by the arm
I looked at you
to show the urgency.
Yeah,
I'm grabbing her by the arm.
The serious face worked. Yeah.
Serious. Super serial right now.
Yeah.
I would just point out like the kind of landing lights across the roads and over to the backs of the other houses.
Yeah. What's going on?
Like, we don't know. I've just been come from AJ's place. It's me, AJ, Eden, and Jason, and they're outside somewhere.
You can just see them down in.
They are just out front now.
Yeah.
Cool. They're just down there. I said I was going to come check on you. Like, we need to get out of here.
Where's the car?
Like, oh, I don't have the car.
Are you taking anything from your house?
I am grabbing the biggest kitchen knife.
How big is your biggest kitchen knife, out of curiosity?
It's one of those nice butcher kind of like the. I don't know.
A fairly standard
9-inch blade. Yeah.
Big.
I was hoping you were going to
call
tell
that
me
a
you
knife?
had some novelty, like borderline samurai sword.
We used to have that kind of thing, but we got rid of them. I also consider my
Mustard
lightsaber
sword.
and then don't.
Yeah, it's only really good for one swing.
No, that's
This whole
true.
time, AJ has been wishing he'd brought his lightsaber with him.
Maybe I should bring my lightsaber. Yeah, that's about. Yeah, that's really
Just the knife and.
knives and check under the bed. I think we've still got a baseball bat.
Okay. Not taking any more coats or anything, or.
I got my hoodie on,
Yeah. Okay, you good?
and I've told her to get dressed.
Yeah.
You go get ready. I'll go watch TV for 2 hours.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. It seems like they've been gone forever.
Okay, so there's a lot of you. While you're doing that, you guys doing anything different, or
Just keeping an eye on
Are
them.
they just out there?
they're just kind of just down there.
I give them a good clanking on the window, knock on the window.
Don't do that.
Dun, dun, dun.
It's the front of the house. I don't care.
Oh,
We all
front of the house
shoot. We all
is
shoot and
fine.
look up. Like, what are you doing?
ducking straight into.
I just thumbs
straight
up and I
into
get back in the
doorway.
room. Like,
Ducking straight into the doorway, grabbing Eden, pulling him back as well.
Well, you guys don't know there's anything round the back.
No, but we've heard him knock, so
I'm just trying to go like.
Well,
I would have instantly have been like,
because I'm feeling like
crowbar in hand, just like,
I'm flitting between seriousness and flippantness about this, as I say, like internally. So I was fully ready to give him a thumbs up back, and my hand was lifting as you pulled me back.
nope.
So you two hear some scrabbling from the alleyway,
Oh,
Fuck.
and as you're luckily you stepped into the doorway, as you see this grey thing just kind of stick its sort of. You're right next to it as it comes out of the alleyway, kind of almost on all fours, sort of out onto the pavement, and is sort of looking round to the left and right.
how many limbs does it have?
4.
What size? What kind of strength? How are they? How many like joints to each?
Well, it looks almost like it's almost
Is it like your classic grey?
yeah, it's kind of on all fours, sort of a little bit.
looks like a sectoid from XCOM.
It's a lot like a sectoid from XCOM.
I'm going to grab one of the stones, reach out, because as it's gone past us.
Yeah, it's about 3 feet from you.
Yeah, and I'm going to launch it as far as I can down the way we've come.
We'll make this another check then to see.
That's fine.
Yeah, see what happens. Okay, 1, martial artist.
Yep.
Yeah,
Environmental.
It's a stone this time.
this is a stone though.
You gave him a bonus for ball.
I gave you a bonus for ball because it was built for throwing. This is just a stone. I don't think I can justify that.
I'll use a ball then, because this is more important than that.
Okay.
You did grab another too.
Yeah, I grabbed
Yeah, what are you aiming for this time though?
There's a lot.
A shop window across the way, or a house window.
I just said there's a lot of windows about.
There's a lot of
Okay.
choice there.
I'm actually going to add a negative for that because it's right there and it might see the thing go over its head.
Okay.
And,
It's fine. You
did
try
right.
it.
What
Yeah.
visibility he's got?
Seeing him gearing up to do this, I'm gripping my spanner, ready.
that is a fail.
So it sees us.
I'm gonna watch you
Immediately,
die.
the stone goes over its head, you see its head snap up and watch it, and then it immediately turns around to look right at you.
I'm going to swing at it with my crowbar
Okay.
Well, given you've just thrown, I feel like I'm going to be the one that's ready for that.
then. I've literally thrown it and instantly put the crowbar back in my hand. Like, I'm 100% not fucking about with this.
Well, AJ, you.
I'll let you do it if... I'll tell you, if you think you would be ready...
Because I feel like you've thrown it and I'm ready with the spanner.
Okay, yeah,
so
that's
the
fine.
second it twitches in our direction,
You're going to swing at it.
I'm gonna go and overhead swing with the spanner
At the
because
head,
I'm
yeah.
in full panic mode now.
Alright, okay. Let's see how this goes then. So...
And you're welcome to come in immediately afterwards, but
I'm
I am straight on top of it, trying to wail on it.
I feel like throwing something is the right choice here. 'Cause
Yeah.
all it needs to do is fucking like turn its head around and we're fucked.
I've heard the shouting, like the awesome.
Yeah, you're stood
shout
up there
there,
looking
so I'm
down
just
at
gonna
them.
look out the window
You give
and
me the
look at
thumbs
this.
up. They pulled in and the grey thing came out, like, straight away.
now that stealth is broken, I feel like I have well and truly broken stealth, and like the blood rage or whatever adrenaline fueled kind of moment is like coming upon me now.
Okay, so attacks are a dexterity test. You make it like any other test. If you succeed, it immediately takes a number of points of physical stress equal to the total number of successes you scored, so remaining successful dice, basically. That could be modified depending on the type of weapon. I'm just going to look.
Okay.
Because
Got
there
a
is
nice
an equipment
blunt weapon.
I've got a fucking spiky thing on the
Yeah, it's just a spanner you've got, isn't it? It's
100% just digging this thing into his skull.
So I'll call this a large
Whatever it's made
improvised melee,
Cool.
which adds a negative dice, but it does +4 damage. Like, you got a big ass banner. So you
Yeah,
improvise,
it was definitely the biggest one I could see. Like,
Although that said, actually no, this maybe would be small improvised melee.
I think it'd be small.
Yeah, because the two things got here: small improvised melee is beer bottle and tire iron. It's closer to tire iron, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, large is like baseball bat and chainsaw. So
I don't have a chainsaw.
I don't have a
Found a
chainsaw.
chainsaw.
Yeah.
I was thinking, have I got a chainsaw?
Okay, so you don't get a negative dice, but it only does +1 damage. So
Beats a kick in the nuts.
okay, so let's figure this out then. So it's a dexterity check.
Okay, doke.
So you get 1 regular. I think add 2 negative dice because it's the general difficulty requires the character to push beyond normal capabilities. And I get the feeling like you don't beat a lot of aliens to death.
No, I can't say I'm one for like swinging at people ever.
Yeah. So environmental effects and things then. So
I wonder if I could throw anything down to you guys from the window.
Mark's gonna just jump down,
Break my leg.
elbow strike the alien in the head.
Hero landing right
Yeah.
on top of it.
Oh my god, he's gonna do it!
yeah. I'll give you 1 extra dice for equipment because it's quite it's got a handle, it's good to go. And I'll give you 1 for almost having the drop on it, if you know what I mean.
Cool.
Like, because it just looked round basically at you. You did say
It wasn't expecting
no,
a screaming man to
You
descend
said
on
you
it.
were ready to go.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what I'm giving you on that. Have you got any physical things or anything that's like you think could either help or hinder?
Unless the fight goes on for a while, I think I'm okay.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, so we'll go with 2 negative dice, 3 positive dice on this one. So,
Cool.
and your dexterity 3, right?
3.
Yeah. Okay, so negatives. Got a 3 and a 4 that needs going. So 3 is taken out. Got a 6 and a 1. So that is a successful hit.
Huzzah.
So
What happens?
Okay, so if dexterity test succeeds, your target immediately gains a number of points of physical stress equal to the total number of successes you scored. So that's 1. You've got a +1 damage as well because of the weapon type. Okay, so you've hit it. It's not. It just takes the hits on its side and it just reacts just like. It's not happy about being hit.
Okay. I like the idea that you can get a turn in by opening the window and throwing something down on the navy.
What's the heaviest thing? The window's small. I can't throw big things
Hearing me
out.
screaming bloody murder.
Yeah.
Combat is done in groups in this game.
Ah.
So you both get a go. And
cool.
You upstairs if you want to do anything, and then it gets a go back at you.
So I'm gonna swing for the side of its head with the crowbar.
Yeah. So regular 1, crowbar I'll give you 1 because it's handled and that. Do you think you get any physical gains from?
I've got weapons training.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Just saying. Basically, Steven Seagal, a bit less ponytails.
Your face said like, okay.
You could have picked a more legitimate martial artist than Steven Seagal. Come on.
So we got the regular 2
Bruce Chan.
negatives. Can you think of anything else to add? Because what did we have for you? We had on it. I think we still get the jump on it. I think because it's like the first.
Yeah, it's still
First
reacting.
hit, right? So whoa.
Yeah, first hit. You hit it, and then you're like right behind
He's
it.
straight on.
We've got the high ground as well. Well, I'm above it, which would give you a
around again.
Yeah, exactly. I've got a legitimate advantage being above it, right?
Yeah, okay. I think for now we'll call it that still with the 2 negatives.
Alright.
But now it's sort of regular, ready for you. So 2 negatives, you got 2 4s to. So that's getting rid of 1.
2 successes.
2 successes. So you do 3 points of damage. So it's now up to 5. So you guys are wailing on this this alien. It doesn't seem to be too happy about it.
You can do anything?
Mark, are you going to do it? You see them just start cracking down on this thing from upstairs.
Not to leave my friends out in the cold.
But you close the blinds.
But I closed the blinds. I just think, like, given the situation, the way, the route of the place, like, I don't think I can do anything. Like, I can't get anything down there. I can't. Yeah, the windows are the small type, the upper windows that open.
You're not
so I
going to
can
bust through your own bay window.
It's not a bay window.
I can't remember the.
Just
yeah.
that it's like a
It's going to punch through a shattering glass and everything below.
a 3 foot tall window with just the upper.
That's what I mean. You're not going to bust through the 3 foot.
No double glazing. No, I can't do that. I can throw things down to you, but I don't know. You guys are caught up in the moment, right?
Well,
Yeah.
what would you do is the question.
Hammer and tongs. Yeah, what do I do?
Distracted.
And I mean, I got into the house pretty quiet. The alien, should they get killed, doesn't know I'm in the place still. So
It was going to be you to alert the
That's an
alien to
internal
our
thought.
presence and then
Cold-blooded.
fucking cower.
that's an internal
Oh,
thought.
well, he's with his girlfriend now, so
He got what he wanted.
I don't know what she's doing.
Sleeping.
I'm getting ready still.
She's
gone
gone back to
back
bed.
to
She's gone back to bed. If she's gone back to bed, I'm jumping out the window.
Let me know when it blows over.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can believe that. I'm just gonna watch for now.
Not running down to help you, just like.
It's such a run round.
Wow, this might have
It's like-
consequences.
Fine.
Okay, so
Don't hate me.
we'll roll around to the alien then.
He apologises for the inconvenience. No, worth a shot.
The alien you see has got a small bracelet on that he raises, pointing towards you, Jason, because you were the last person to
Oh, that's not good.
attack him, and I get to shoot at you. 3 negatives off the bat anyway because of circumstances. 1 because it's dark,
He's been hit twice in the head.
and he's been hit twice in the head.
Trying to up my chances.
So you get 1. I'm just trying to think what else I could add. Because you guys had some. Well, okay, no, I'll give you 1. I'll give him 1 for the gun because he knows what he's doing
got a
with
gun.
it. He knows what he's doing with it.
He's got a gun.
You know what? I'm going to give him 1 extra for they were expecting resistance.
At some point they had to, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
makes
makes sense.
Makes sense. They weren't just like, oh god, who are these things?
Yeah.
You know.
This place is empty.
So you managed to talk it into 5 negative dice, but 3 positive dice.
I'll take 5 negative. I don't think I can do any better. Any other things we can maybe?
No, that sounds like it's weighted in our favour right now, so I'm not
Yeah.
even going to argue.
Okay, let's roll the negatives first. So you got
My
2,
sick Majora's Master.
2 1s, 3 1s, a 2 and a 3.
I mean, I fancy my
It's on
chances.
the negatives.
I was going to say probably ruins their chances.
I have to beat dexterity 3.
Yeah.
So
I fancy my chances.
that's not too bad. Okay, so that's one of the ones gone.
We are fine.
And a 5 and a 6, so he actually misses.
I catch the laser and bitch slap him with it. I dick slap him. A drop trowel and just it's not that big.
So yeah, you feel this heat beam go past your face and it just carves up. Is there an Indian restaurant underneath your flat?
Yeah, pretty much.
So you feel this heat beam go past your face, and you hear behind you this kind of burning, kind of cutting noise as it just slices straight through the wall of the restaurant behind you, and you feel lucky to have not been shot. So we are back to the top of the round, I guess.
Could say they have quiplash.
Yeah.
Take another swing at this
Take
time.
another swing. Okay, so this time you get one. You don't have the drop on him, but you get another one for the equipment.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else you can think of to add? I'm going to give him.
Okay.
I'm going to give a negative against you because he now knows you're there,
That makes sense.
and he's pissed, sort of thing.
I'm racking my brain for
yeah.
if I can give him
He's just
justify
missed
any
that.
advantage, but
he has just missed those, so I feel like he'd be flustered. They would be flustered.
That doesn't really go against him.
No, but I feel like that would give Eden a positive because the mental state of the enemy.
Doesn't really work like that when you're tryring to hit someone, though, does it?
Plus, we don't know what his mental state is if it's
Yeah,
got any individual consciousness.
This
at
is
all.
true.
Yeah,
That's
he might be some kind of like sadomasochist, and he's like, just hurt me, boys.
Yes, give me more.
Okay, so I got a 6, a 4, and a 2. So you need to beat 3s, 2 1s. So yeah, so that's 2 points of damage plus 1 for the thing. So that's 3. That brings us up to 8.
Nice.
He's looking pretty battered now, as you just wailing on him with your thing. You used to screaming the whole time and everything as well.
Yeah, I'm screaming. I'm just almost jabbering after this one. Like,
classic prompts.
Yeah, Jason, similar.
Oh, I'm going to smack it straight in the head.
Yeah, you have the extra one because of martial arts.
Upside the head.
that's not even just prompting. That's just me and my just like, I
I'm
don't
gonna
like
give him-
aggression.
I'm gonna give you a positive for him looking pretty battered now.
Okay. So what negatives am I facing?
You got 3 negatives. You're facing a 2 1s and a 2.
Okay.
It's kind of rough on
The
the neck.
dexterity, you're
I'm 5.
So
should be okay.
It's fine. He's dead.
So yeah, that's 3 things. So yeah, you beat this. Tell me how you beat this alien to death.
So with the curved end of the crowbar, I'm coming down on its head, basically.
Yeah. The two of you are around him, just like taking it in turns, just
Full on gang beating
death.
style. Like. Have you seen Office Space? The bit when they beat
have.
up the photocopier?
Yeah.
A bit like that is what's in my head.
Putting your heel in and getting stuck.
That's amazing.
Really kind of like the adrenaline is really kicked off. Like it's been a long time since I've had to fight for any reason.
It's been a long
at all.
time since I've beaten anything to death.
It's been a long time since I've had to smack an alien upside the head. So he's dead.
He is dead.
I'm breathing heavily by the time I'm done swinging at this thing.
So yeah,
What does it look like?
there's this thick paste of greenish, sort of purpley blood on the ground as this thing is just sort of lying there, like looking up at you, like fucking dead.
Can I take its bracelet?
You can try, yeah,
Do
sure.
you want to touch that?
I just won't point it at me. I know which end he shot me from.
Seeing you reach for that, I say something to that effect of like, whoa, 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 whoa.
It's an alien.
Like, you saw what happened when the green mist touched the guy. What the hell are you doing trying to touch him?
Yes, fair point.
It's not. Yeah,
We
it's
should
not
get on the other
ours.
side of the road as well, because you were real loud and Bork didn't fucking try and do anything to save us.
I look up towards the window to see if there's any... Are you there?
I mean, yeah, with all the shouting and stuff, I have been watching and I've seen that you guys did a good job. So
I shoot a look that's like,
I'm just going to swear
what
at
the
you.
hell, man?
I shrug. I'm like, what can I do? I'm a floor up that I can get instant access down.
And
Like,
he only came out of the alleyway because you knocked on the window.
you don't know the layout of my place.
I dodged a fucking laser for you.
and having now finished looking at Mark, I turn to AJ and I give him a look like,
What was AJ doing? He's looking at pictures of
But you turn to AJ to see that the laser has gone through his head.
and there's suddenly that.
We did it, guys. AJ is missing the upper 6 inches of his body.
Oh, fuck!
Oh.
I do a little sick in my mouth and take a step away.
Oh,
Prod it with a stick.
sorry, dude.
He slowly just slides down the wall of the Indian restaurant he was leaning against,
Funny.
with a look of missing the top of his head on his face.
Best facial expression ever.
Just there downwards.
I'm gonna grab Eden.
The top half of his
I'm
head
gonna
is in
kinda
the restaurant.
grab Eden. I'm gonna grab Eden and go, like, we need to get away from here because
I'm going into shock quite rapidly, having gone from 100% adrenaline to seeing a dead friend right next to me. The up and down of that has caused something, so I'm sort of like, oh, okay, yeah, cool.
I'm gonna come on with me and drag him across,
And I'm
drag him across the other
just
side.
swallowing and kind of like internally gathering myself as we cross the road.
Yeah.
I see you guys running across the road. I'm like, we got to move, sort of thing. Like, I need to catch up with these guys.
Doesn't run through your head. Where's AJ?
Well, kind of, because these two run across the road. I'm like, where's AJ? So I need to get down there.
Okay. You can get. Okay, so you managed to make it down, and it does seem like it was the one from the alleyway that was there. So you
Is
and
Joe with me though?
Yeah, Joe's with you.
Okay. Are you playing Joe now?
How about we just have the other characters following us?
Yeah.
Okay. So we don't interact with.
No.
No, okay.
They're just there.
She just managed to pack and stuff. and,
Yes,
we're-
You put her in your back pocket. She's fine.
Yeah. She got like Yoda, and I'm Luke Skywalker.
No, it's like in Final Fantasy 7, all the characters walk into one. She's walked into you, and now you are the party.
We are.
She's got a little backpack on of stuff.
Yeah, I got a bag of tin cans and shit like that, and yeah.
Tin can in case you need to make a tree house.
Yeah, maybe that. So yeah, we're running down.
Okay, yeah. So you run out after them.
I see the body of
you
the
see the
alien,
body of AJ looking dead and
Oh shit!
but still cool.
AJ, no!
He's still got his sick beard.
In life,
Yeah.
he was so.
Double thumbs up as he does.
The beard's still there. Like, hey, throwing up the horns with one hand. Yeah.
Oh shit! Oh my god! Let's just keep going. Don't look. Let's go across the road. So running across.
Yeah, running across after them.
Yeah.
So,
I'm gonna flick Mark on the head. Could you not knock on fucking windows? Jesus Christ! And we're gonna continue on towards mine, and that's the end of that conversation.
I just give Mark a look because I'm now in my spirits is strangely like shaken. I just give you a head shake and like a you could have done more, man.
It died because of you. Is that what you're thinking?
That was so close.
So not cool, though. Okay. I can just shrug and just be like, "What could I do?" Let's keep going. We'll sort this out later.
I allow Mark and Joe to step ahead of me now, so that they're going to be the first ones that deal with what comes next.
So we're gonna head towards mine.
Towards yours.
okay, let's skip along a little bit then.
Okay.
We'll just say over the course of the next, it takes you a while, like a couple of hours.
It's going to be a couple hours to get across. Yeah.
I mean, it's a
Winston
good.
way.
Like even walking in regular time to yours is like a good hour and a half.
From Mark's, it'd be about an hour.
About an hour, yeah.
Yeah.
We're going slowly now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're going slowly and avoiding hazards. It takes you till about midnight to make it to your place on the other side of town.
Yep.
I don't know the layout of your road tram.
Lots of one-way streets. My house is on the end.
I don't feel like one way is really going
Windy
to
and-
My house is on the end.
Right on the
of
edge, yeah.
effectively.
Okay.
So
On like a 4 split junction
Yeah.
bit as well.
So the closer you get, well, it's more like more time that's passed rather than the closer you get. You see more and more of these grey creatures. You manage to hide from them fairly well, you think, but the signs of destruction and stuff are just getting worse and worse. There's lights moving in the sky above now that aren't falling down. They just sort of seem to be sort of almost like if you didn't know better, you'd think they were like helicopters coming around, but like they're in kind of groups of 3
Right.
and spinning as they move and things. So there's clearly
classic.
it's going
UFOs.
down, yeah. But you make it to your front door.
Cool. I'm gonna unlock the door and go in.
Okay, so
I'm going in with you this time.
I can guarantee Charlie's not there. She's at her mum's.
yeah, okay. So you open the door, and your cat flies at your face, scream, ripping.
My
his hair out.
cats don't fly at my face.
Well,
they've bolted. They're hiding.
I was gonna say, it's freaked out. It's an alien.
Oh yeah, they're hiding. They're both
Yeah.
fucking cowards.
Okay. Well,
Like they really are.
Yeah, okay.
didn't
We'll
go to
rest on
plan.
that. So you open your door and there's no sign of anyone.
Okay, I'm gonna go for my sword because I literally have a samurai
Go
sword.
for your These aliens would say, "Is my hands of steel?"
Yeah, so I'm gonna grab my sword. I've also got 2 pocket knives and 2 Wing Chun knives. So I'm gonna
just getting fully.
I've literally got weapons at home. So I'm gonna give
It's
the
the
knives.
montage in Commando.
I'm gonna basically hand out a couple knives to people so that everyone's got something, and I'm gonna have the sword on me.
Yeah. Okay, so you're fully strapped with knives,
It's covered in knives.
covered in knives, covered in bees.
The knives.
I modify my Nerf gun so we can shoot through a window.
I feel like that might take some time.
I also don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
So we should go to Eden's to make sure to see if there's anyone there.
Yeah. No, as much as I've said to you guys, like, yeah, my brother's there with his girlfriend, and Dave's there, and Dave's on crutches. Like, this could be bad for them. Like, I don't really want to leave my brother to have to defend 2 people. We should probably go and check it out at the very least.
And then if we head from there, if we continue on this direction, we can get to Poole Harbour.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay, I got nothing else past this
Yeah,
point.
I haven't got any ideas.
Hopefully Charlie's okay, but
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, fingers crossed, mate.
well, they've got a big house. Hopefully they can hide in the attic or something.
Let's hope.
Okay then, so like I'll lead the way at this point because I know that we're getting close to mine, and the reminder of a smoke just to take the edge off at this point is on the horizon. So
Okay.
I'm like, right, let's
So
get going.
describe your leading
Across
away
the dual
tactics.
carriageway.
We will, given the road, like it's kind of like one long road to get to mine from
Yeah.
Jason's pretty much, and then we can cross like the dual carriageway, and then we're pretty much there. So I guess we'll just follow that road along. I'm going to be having a slightly increased pace, perhaps compared to other people, within like waving over his shoulder, like, come on, quick. Anything we're seeing on the way?
The only thing you see, I mean, you can still. No, the screams are louder. There's a
God.
lot more of them, and you start to hear sounds of explosions and things as you're making your way down this road. As you go along, flying real low above you from behind, you didn't even hear it coming, is a trio of those lights just flies right overhead. It feels really low. You're not sure. They don't stop though.
Okay. I'm darting eyes backwards and forwards, head moving backwards and forwards as well, trying to keep track of everything that's going on. I'm looking back to these guys like,
I'm next
are
to
we
you.
all prepared? Like, is everybody at least gripping their weapons ready? Like, I feel like tension is growing here because the situation is clearly getting worse.
Yeah.
I eat some more Skittles.
You get the sugar rush and die.
Worth it.
Okay, so yeah, we'll continue on to my place.
Yeah.
Are we getting close?
You are getting close. You're starting to see actually like signs that there's been some fighting here, and you're starting to see a few bodies here and there
Oh shit.
on the ground.
boy. This is
Some
looking a bit
peop-
more drastic than your guys' places.
Some people are, I mean, possibly, or it might possibly be that just time is passing and this is the progression of things. Some people are looking like they've been sort of melted from the inside out. Almost like they were made of sponge and like there's holes dropped through them.
Oh dear.
Near to those ones you can see now, looking fairly inactive, smaller pods like the ones that dropped in outside AJ's house. So it's possibly that's what the green mist was doing.
Okay.
You see other people unmistakably like shot like AJ was.
Are they also throwing up the horns?
Yeah, I mean they're really metal.
Everyone is.
This was a targeted attack on the metal population of Bournemouth.
Fuckers.
Sound Circus and Animal
No,
are no
see-
longer here.
That, you know, if they'd have come 5 years ago, Sound Circus would have been
Oh,
a
they've been-
precision strike.
Just get everybody in one go.
Since that student thing opened next door and they went a bit more mainstream, the metal population spread out around
Spread.
town.
Got Anvil.
It's no longer a strategic target of value.
We're separated, but we're still strong.
Yeah. I've got a microphone in front of me. I can't do the Wakanda thing.
Don't know. I haven't even seen it.
Yeah.
Is that the cry? The metal cry,
that's
the
what
throat
people
roar.
That's how we communicate.
Yeah.
That's how hello, fellow humans.
Greetings.
Guttural roaring.
So approaching yours, you do start to see some burning things ahead, and you decide to take a shortcut. after a while, you find yourself in the close where your house is.
Right, guys, I've got to find out quick. I'm
Yeah,
pulling
sure.
keys out of my bag. I'm practically running now to the front door because as much as I really did downplay how much I was worried about the people I live with, I am worried about them. So I go in and, knowing my brother, he's already barricaded things. The door's blocked already, so I'm probably going to have to bang on the windows a bit.
I was going to say, as you approach, it does look oddly quiet.
Okay. So I'm banging on windows.
Yeah.
Because, my brother's barricaded. Am I getting any reaction, anything from inside?
No, you're not. No.
I have ducked out of sight.
I'm
I'm keeping an eye on so I can see Eden, but I'm also low down out of the way.
I mean, you've got the little 3-foot brick wall surrounding your front entrance. We could just there's a plot of grass there. We can just duck down and keep a surveillance out
Sounds good.
while you're banging on windows. Having not learned my lesson, apparently.
So no reaction. I shoot and look to you guys like this isn't looking good. Right, I'm going to have to go around the back, and that means I've got to leave you. You can come with me, but this isn't this is a fully terraced set of houses.
It's a long
I've got to go
walk
around
yeah.
the back alley to get to the back
We'll
garden. So
stay. If you can gain access, then
I've
feel
got to
free
run 20 meters down the road to get to the alley entrance.
I'm gonna go with Eden because we beat the one before, and it makes sense that we stick together rather than we split up.
Fair enough.
Are you sure you and Joe want to stay by yourselves?
I was about to say I'd rather learn from my mistakes of harming you guys. So I'm more than happy to come along too.
Also, this way, if I think Eden's being rash, I can just kind of yank him
just
away.
Stop
All right.
talking about it and follow me, guys. What the
to
hell?
the back of the house. Let's go.
So we're going to leg it down the road. I'm legging it down the road. You guys,
I'm keeping up.
Follow as you will.
Okay, so making it into your back garden, it looks like one of the small pods landed in your garden.
Oh shit.
And you can see some open windows on the back of your house.
Yeah, the bottom floor, there's
That's Dave's,
a
right?
patio door to Dave's room, full-on sliding door.
Yeah, it was
and it's
open
always
at the time.
open.
And there's the curtains just
So if
blowing
the mist
ominously.
came in, then it was definitely getting in.
There is a little bit of a smell coming from the inside that would maybe suggest that the mist came in.
Eden,
This isn't
I'm
the
sorry,
usual smoke smell, guys.
Yeah, it's not the regular.
Not the good one.
Eden, I'm sorry, it's not worth going in there. Come on, man.
Have you left your bedroom?
Can I get a peer into the window to see into Dave's room?
Yeah, sure.
What am I meant by?
There's I mean,
It ain't pretty.
it's not pretty. Lying on the bed is you would think it was maybe Dave,
dear.
but with the same spongy
Spongy Dave.
Spongy Dave.
My friend's turned into mush.
Yeah.
But all the green smoke has dissipated at
It
this
seems
point.
to have done, yeah, and you've noticed that as you've been going around as well.
Okay.
That the green smoke, you hadn't seen any more of it past. That initial thing landed and did a lot of damage to a bunch of people, but
In reaction to what Jason's just said, then no, I've got to go in there. That might be Dave, but my brother might not have been in there. His girlfriend,
Okay.
I need to know.
We're just going to stay out here.
Looking up from those bay windows directly above is your bedroom window. Is there any access? Could we somehow get you up to that window if you've left it open?
No, my window's never open because of
Shit.
sleeping during the day. I've got to have it all
Right, okay.
blocked out. It's all. But I do have my keys with me for the back door, so I don't need to go into Dave's room
You
necessarily.
can go that. Okay.
Yeah.
I can go through the
Alright.
back door instead, and if there's anything in there, then I've avoided that.
okay.
So I'm going to go in through the back door, and I'm going to head upstairs and see if anybody else is in the house, or if
So
I'm going to find more sponge people.
you make it upstairs and find your brother and his girlfriend asleep.
Oh,
They have slept through the entire thing.
all right. Laughing now because I can't quite believe that this is the case.
Dave's a sponge.
I can't kill everyone in your house.
I know.
It seems super harsh.
But I just like the idea that I recognise fast in my life, and that is definitely a farcical moment of oh really, of all people, my fucking brother is completely happy as Larry laying there like nothing's happening.
Well,
of course he is. Let me go and wake him up. So I bang on the door and I shout at them both, what the fuck are you doing sleeping? It's the end of the world right now. Yeah, alright, fine, yeah, I get it. Yeah, I'm a dick waking you up, whatever. Look out the fucking window, you moron.
It's like 2 a.m. Fuck
Shut
off.
up!
This is getting
Listen
real.
to me. And I basically just like throw whatever's like there's going to be something on his desk nearby. I just throw things at him until I see movement in the bed, and I go, look, you guys get up. I'm going to my room to get my stuff. Like, believe me, I've got Jason and Mark outside with Joe. Shit's hitting the fan. Get up. I go and grab my weed in the next room, and because of everything that's gone off, I sit down and immediately start to roll one.
Okay, so the two of you are outside, and you hear a bit of shouting and that inside,
Sake.
and soon an unmistakable smell starts drifting down. And
Throw a little stone at the window.
Don't throw stones at the window. Stop. Through the window. Stop.
Okay, I didn't.
Moments later, I come downstairs,
Chill.
smoke in hand. Owen and his girlfriend kind of walking along wearily behind me, but clearly realising
they don't know
I'm
what's
not,
going on,
I'm not
really.
mucking about,
Yeah.
and they will take me seriously enough if need be. So like they're going to be coming down looking serious, but I've got to look.
I was
about
like, who
it, it's
left
like,
that in the garden?
it's like that's. I just told
I
you,
presume
bloody
you
Mark,
didn't-
Joe, and Jason. I told you. I guess you're asleep. Fine. Smoke, have some of this, and I give him a smoke, and that'll, knowing him, perk him up a little bit, and then I'll take it back and just be like, oh fucking hell. Take a deep drag and, in an uncharacteristic manner, offer it to you guys.
I'm good, but thank you. The harbour? How about we get to the harbour and then you guys...
Yeah, sure.
It's all good then. I just, it's an excessive amount that's left, but in imaginary land, I
Yeah.
take one long drag that ends it all, and then I flick it off.
Yeah.
Just to get rid.
And become a noir character.
So the three of you, with various loved ones in tow, set off in search of some kind of waterborne transport, and I think that's where we're going to keep this. Bring this one to a close. You've all made it to your respective houses and
We did
plan.
that then.
We can pick it back up
We can
another
maybe
time.
pick it up another
doesn't have to
time.
end
Yeah,
there.
but I feel like this was an interesting
one-off.
intro to the end of the world.
Tried it out, sort of thing, yeah.
Yeah, but
Killed an alien.
yeah, I hope you guys had fun playing this start of the apocalypse.
Very
You
different.
made it to your smoke. Yeah. I know that might have felt like a little bit of an anticlimactic ending.
Well, no, yeah, but it's hard to end.
It was either that or I killed all
It
of you.
goes
So.
forever.
I know. I like the and you set off with that, and then that's
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
I
so
like that as an ending.
Let's say this then. So, you set off towards Pool in search of a boat, just as the sun comes up behind you, and the sounds of screams echo throughout the streets.
Yes,
Sweet.
it's like any other day in Winton.
Yeah. it's just- you notice no difference.
Nothing has changed.
Yeah.
You feel oddly soothed.
You feel a sense of familiarity as the screams echo around you.
It's like Anvil.
Yeah.
You realise it's just St Patrick's Day.
So yeah, I hope everybody at home's enjoyed that. I feel like it was maybe quite obvious that at a certain point I was just winging it, but that's fine. And we ran out of roads that I knew the layout of. But yeah, this is a game. I've had this for a while, and we definitely didn't really follow any of the scenarios in it. But I thought it'd be kind of fun because we're kind of bridging the gap. We just finished a D&D story, and next we'll be doing Star Wars in space. Which, Mark, you'll be returning for that, won't you? So
That's the plan.
it is the plan. Yeah.
It's a long gested plan.
Yeah, it's something I've wanted to
These
do
always are.
Days are.
pretty much from the beginning of the podcast. So, yeah.
One day we'll do Shadowrun as well.
Yes,
I'm
we will.
working on that.
That is in the works. Yeah.
Yes, it's coming
So that
along
should be
nicely.
fun. Cool. Okay, well, we'll call that a day, I think.
It's been a pleasure.
So, yeah, thanks for playing, guys, and we'll see you all next time. Woo! I'm going to throw it now to VO AJ, who's going to give you all the Twitter and stuff handles. Take it away, me. Thanks, past me. That's going to do it for this episode. Be sure to tune in next time for the launch of our Star Wars storyline. It's going to be something very special. That will be available in 2 weeks' time on Thursday the 24th of May, so tune back in for that. In the meantime, as always, you can get in contact with us on Twitter and Facebook, both of which we are at Pretend with Dice, and you can also email us at pretendingwithdice@outlook.com. If you're listening to us on iTunes, be sure to leave us a rating and review. It really helps us to find new listeners, which is a big help, and we just want to hear, what you all think of the show. Whether you use iTunes or not, if you've enjoyed the show, please let your friends and family know about us. Tweet us, send us whatever you like. We just like hearing from you guys. So as always, thanks so much for listening. We'll see you all next time.